everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Project Monaro. Now I can tell you the project is in full swing. Last episode we were here at the race team talking to various people about the performance enhancements that are going into this car. Currently the car is in pieces right across the country. The body is being prepared at one of Holden's certified collision repairers, B&A Motor Body Repairs in Victoria, where it's almost ready for a fresh coat of PPG paint. The engine is in Sydney, being rebuilt at the AC Delco Drag Racing Team workshop by owner and engine builder Maurice Fabietti. The transmission is in Preston, where it's being remanufactured to Holden's spec, ready to go back in the Monaro.
We're going to start down at Holden's National Parts Distribution Centre, commonly known as HSPO, in Dandenong, Victoria. Holden has been operating from this location for over 60 years. Holden's former parts and accessories division, NASCO, started operations here back in 1957. In 1971, a new distribution complex opened and has been operating as Holden's primary parts distribution hub ever since, sending genuine Holden and AC Delco parts across Australia, New Zealand and to all corners of the globe. Holden's parts distribution centre is huge. It measures over 50,000 square metres in size. That's the equivalent of more than 2 Melbourne cricket grounds. The facility employs more than 135 hard-working staff who ship out over 200,000 parts per month. These parts being picked will be distributed across the country. The collision repair parts will be sent to our Holden certified repairer, B&A Motor Body Repairs. The mechanical parts will be sent to our Holden dealer, and all of the engine rebuild parts are being shipped to the AC Delco Racing Workshop. Maurice Fabietti is team owner of the AC Delco Pro Slammer Monaro drag racing team. For almost 40 years, Maurice has been building high-performance engines through his business, Fabietti Race Engines. He's forged a reputation on building powerful yet reliable engines, including the 3,500 horsepower motor that powers his AC Delco Pro Slammer Monaro.
This is a 521 Brad Anderson Hemi with Noonan cylinder heads. It makes about 3,500 horsepower, runs on methanol, consumes about 20 litres of methanol in 1/4 mile pass. It's got about 50 pounds of boost and we rev it to about 10,500 RPM. Before we check the engine out for Project Monaro, let's fire this race car up.
The engine for Project Monaro is going to be a completely different beast. It needs to be something that the lucky prize winner can potentially drive every day. We need to make sure that when they turn the key in years to come, the engine continues to be as strong and reliable as it was on the first time it fired up. There's a reason why so many hot rodders across the globe retrofit these LS1 engines to all types of cars. They are reliable and powerful engines with the opportunity for easy power gains. This is the LS1 engine for our build, almost ready to send back to the Holden dealer to fit back in the Monaro. It didn't look like this when Maurice first received it. It was covered in 15 years of dirt and grime. You never know what you're going to find with a 200,000 kilometre engine, but as testament to the care the previous owners took on maintaining the car, it was in fantastic condition. To ensure the freshly built engine is just as reliable into the future, we're rebuilding it exclusively with Holden genuine AC Delco and some Chevy performance parts. We had the engine block sonic cleaned, then bored out 10 thou, decked and honed. We ordered in all of the engine rebuild parts we needed from our Holden dealer. Thankfully, Holden has made it much easier to seal up your engine with the recent release of a series of engine gasket and seal kits. These contain everything you need, including single-use head bolts to effectively complete the job. We had the crankshaft crack tested and linished, then the complete rotating assembly, including the brand new genuine rods and pistons, all balanced up. We opted for a Chevrolet Performance Cam Kit from Eagle Auto Parts. This cam has a slight increase in lift over the standard item. The big difference though is the duration and narrowing of the lobe separation angle. This combination is significant since it adds a lot more overlap and should help mid to high range RPM power and torque, while also giving the engine a nice lumpy idle. The heads are a vital component of any engine build. It's where solid torque and power gains can be made. We had Project Monaro's heads CNC ported to improve intake and exhaust flow, as well as having all the valve seats recut and the guides honed. The heads were shaved 30 thou, which helped increase the overall compression to a healthy 11.3 to 1. The heads were then assembled with new genuine Holden valves, retainers and locks. Chevrolet Performance valve springs that came with the Performance cam kit were then installed onto the short motor. Morris was then able to complete the long motor assembly and prepare it to send back to the Holden dealer, where it will be installed back into Project Monaro and fired up for the first time. To sit behind this rebuilt engine, we're installing a Holden genuine heavy-duty 4L60E remanufactured transmission. It's being remanufactured here at Fluid Drive in Melbourne, Victoria. All over the world, GM automatic transmissions are being driven millions of kilometres every year. General Motors engineers record information about their reliability and performance to build an extensive knowledge base that's used to continuously enhance and improve both parts and software design. The transmission for Project Monaro is going through a 7-step, better than original remanufacturing process, where it's fitted with the very latest, updated and improved genuine and GM-approved service parts. Once the build is complete, it's put on a transmission dynameter, where it goes through a range of rigorous tests to ensure it exceeds all of GM's requirements. The transmission for Project Monaro will now be shipped to our Holden dealer, who will marry the gearbox up to the new engine before it's installed back into the car. Jeff Haggerty, Holden's lead designer on Project Monaro, has reimagined and redesigned some parts for the Monaro, including new hood scoops, a front splitter, a fuel filler door and a lip spoiler that are all sure to make this Monaro one of a kind. Evoke 3D is the HP 3D printing solutions partner in Australia. They supply, service and support HP Multi-Jet Fusion 3D printers. We were introduced to Evoke 3D through their partnership with the Red Bull Holden racing team. To showcase their 3D printing technologies, they print specialist 3D parts for 888 race engineering, and these are used on the Red Bull Holden racing team ZB supercars.
I'm here at Evoke 3D to meet Joe, who's going to run us through this fantastic 3D printing process.
Thanks Jeff, and thanks for coming to visit us. We're really excited to work on your project. 3D printing is no longer just prototyping. It's now viable manufacturing technology. We can produce durable end-use parts. Excited to see your parts come to fruition. I haven't actually seen them myself yet, so
cool.
Should be good.
The process of 3D printing with HP Multi-Jet Fusion is fairly straightforward. The hardest aspect is the designing of the parts to print. Jeff designed all of the new parts using the original VZ Monaro CAD data as a starting point. The data for the new parts were then sent to Evoke 3D to load into the data preparation software, where it is checked over and packed ready for print. The printing process begins by spreading a thin layer of powdered nylon thermoplastic onto the build platform. Fusing and detailing agents are then jetted with extreme accuracy, and at the same time, infrared energy selectively melts the nylon, quickly producing a fully dense, durable part. The build platform lowers slightly, and the process repeats until all the layers are completed. Lastly, the powder cake containing the printed parts is fast cooled and unpacked in the HP post-processing station. Most of the unused material is recovered and recycled for use in the next print.
Straight out of the machine, and you can fit parts to it perfectly.
Let's chuck it in the tumbler and then we can send it off to the paint shop and get on the car.
Fantastic.
Work has also begun on the refresh of the Project Monaro interior. Sam Fisicaro from Auto Image Interiors in Thomastown, Victoria, has been tasked with turning Holden Design's vision into a reality. First step was to strip down the original trim to prepare the seats for their fresh new leather. With 15 years of driving in these seats, the side bolsters had seen better days. So Sam re-sculptured some new bolsters to ensure the new trim in Project Monaro is perfect. We'll check out the progress of the trim and see it fitted in the next episode.
Now don't forget, you could win the Project Monaro or the Ultimate Holden Garage Prize. But you need to be in it to win it. And how do you enter? It's simple. All you have to do is buy Holden Genuine or AC Delco parts, or go to your local Holden dealer service department. Stay tuned for the next episode where we see the Monaro get hit with a coat of paint and we see the reassembling start. Also, we're going to turn the key and hear the engine roar. See you then.